Hey guys, this is Sil from the Book Voyagers and back with a new video for you today. I hope you're staying safe, that you are well, and that you are having the greatest day in your life right now. What am I going to be talking about today? You might be wondering. Well, as the title suggests, I will be talking about and recommending you books that are similar to You Deserve Each Other. I chose 4 books that are similar, and I'm going to categorize them in some tropes and categories that You Deserve Each Other has, and I think these other books will also might give you the same feelings that You Deserve Each Other gave me and you all if you've read it. You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hugel is one of my all-time favorite books. It released this year, but I think it's going to be one of my all-time favorite books for all time. Like, I just love it so much. And it released this year in April, March. I am not sure because I didn't read it when it first released. Like, I was kind of put off by the synopsis. Like, the synopsis didn't really grab me, and I wasn't really interested about reading to engage people who didn't want to be engaged anymore, didn't want to get married because they didn't love each other. But everyone was hyping it up, everyone was raving about it, everyone loved it, so I say, let's go. Let's give it a chance. If everyone is loving it, I'm sure there's a reason, and if not, then this is a disappointment, but it's okay. Like, I need to give it a go, and I did. And let me tell you how I found my favorite book of all time. Like, I've reread this so many times, like 3 times. Yesterday or 2 days ago I read it for the 3rd time, and it came out this year, like in the 4th month. So I've reread it 3 times in a span of maybe 4 months or 5 months, which is a lot for me because I've never reread a book so many times in 1 year. Like, maybe the other one that I've reread so much is Pretty Face by Lucy Barker, and I think I reread that like once every year. So this is new to me, and I find it really astonishing because it's wild. If you also liked and loved this book, you are maybe going to be interested about this video because I'm going to share with you some books that are similar with You Deserve Each Other, that I found that are similar. They are not the same, like you won't find the same journey or like development, but you're going to feel like there are some sort of similar with the tropes and maybe give you a few laughs and make you cry, of course. So the first book I am going to share with you today is with the trope strange spouses or a strange couple, because as we know, Naomi and Nicholas, they're not strange, but they don't love each other anymore. Like, they are not true with each other. Like, their personalities and personas that they show to the people and show to themselves are lies. Like, they are not who they are when they are with the other one, because they don't trust each other anymore, because of the whole their whole relationship didn't develop in that way, so everything like became messy instantly. So the first book I'm going to recommend is To Have and to Hoax by Marta Waters. This has strange spouses who have been married for 5 years but haven't talked with each other for 4 years, and yeah, they're still spouses, but they don't talk to each other, they don't say what they feel with each other. So there's a lot of miscommunication, there's a lot of secrets that need to be told, and yeah, it's kind of similar to You Deserve Each Other. It also like a rom-com, but this is historical. Still, I think if you loved You Deserve Each Other, you're going to enjoy this one. There's also pranks, so that also fits the topic of You Deserve Each Other, because Naomi and Nicholas start a prank war with each other, so the other one backs off the wedding. And To Have and to Hoax has pranks because the heroine wants to get revenge on the hero because he made her feel like she is not important enough in his life. Next category is pranks. Although I already told you that this one features pranks, I am going to recommend you another romance book with pranks. So you have two picks with prank wars type of thing, so that's 2 times better. And I also did a book riot post with, I think it was 7 books with prank wars. I am going to link that down below, so if you want more books with prank wars, romance type of things, I'm going to link that to you, because we all need prank war romances. So yeah, the next one is Sweet on You by Carla de Guzman. This is a newly released holiday romance. It came out in September, I think it came out in September. I am not sure, but it's rather very recent, and it's so good. Like, if you are nearing to your holiday romance TBR, if you are going to begin reading holiday romances, I highly recommend putting this on your TBR and reading it. It's so soft yet so sexy too. It has its steamy moments. And Carla de Guzman, I always trust Carla with books because she writes the best romances. This one is about a coffee shop owner versus a baker, the baker next door, and it's wonderful. Like, this girl, she's not feeling this Christmas because her sister is moving out of the house, so she's going to feel lonely. And then this guy just moves next door, like he puts a bakery next door, and he is stealing her customers with his really awesome baked goods. So she's feeling very angry, and she doesn't like what's happening, so she decides he is her rival. Like that, at that moment, he is her rival, he is her nemesis. So they start a prank war, and it's glorious, and it's fantastic to see everything happen and how it develops, because these two really like each other, but they don't want to admit it. No, he does admit it, or he's like, do you want to have a date with me? But she doesn't believe him at first, and it's wonderful. Like, this book I really like it. So prank wars is Sweet on You, but also prank wars to happen to Hoax. The next category is romantic comedy, and I do put You Deserve Each Other in a romantic comedy because I laugh so much. Let's not forget Nicholas in the canoe, because that scene is comedy. That scene is gut tier comedy. Like, I've never laughed so hard, and every time I reread it, I laugh more. So yeah, this is a romantic comedy, and I'm going to recommend you another romantic comedy, because right now, I don't know what publishing is doing, because they are, every time they release an illustrated cover romance, they are like saying, this is a rom-com, if you like this and this, you're going to like this one. But they are not rom-coms, they're contemporary romances. Like, they don't have a lot of comedic moments that feel like a rom-com. I mean, sure, they have a few phrases that make me laugh, but it's not like a full rom-com. So I don't trust anymore. I don't trust publishing anymore, to be honest. But right now, I'm going to recommend you something that it is a rom-com, and it's I Think I Might Love You by Christina C. Jones. This book, I laughed so hard. I think I was reading it at night, so my parents were asleep, and I tried so hard not to laugh out loud, because they will hear me laughing at night and they wouldn't know I was reading a book, so they will be like, what is she doing? Why is she laughing by herself at night in her room? So yeah, there are scenes that will make you put down the book and just try not to laugh so hard, but it won't be possible. You have to let those laughs go, because this book is wonderful. This is a hate to love, enemies to lovers romance. I love how Christina C. Jones writes enemies to lovers. I've read a few of them, and they are lovely. They are fantastic. This is about, like, I think the heroine has an ice cream shop. Don't quote me on that, if I remember correctly. And the hero is a veterinarian. So one time the heroine finds like a lost kitten, puppy? I'm not sure, but she finds a lost pet, or like someone abandoned that animal, and she goes to this veterinarian late at night to this vet, and she finds him there. But they already have history, because in the beginning she comes home and she goes to her sister's apartment, and she knows her sister isn't there, so she doesn't expect someone to be there. And when she opens the door, she finds someone naked on her sister's sofa, and it's the hero who is there because the sister loaned or like rented out her apartment to this guy, but the heroine didn't know it was occupied, so she didn't expect someone to be there, and he was naked. So she freaks out, obviously, and hits him like 2 times, which makes him very angry because he didn't do anything wrong. But it was a lot of confusing things happening at once. So they don't get on the right foot at the beginning, and when they meet again, they don't like each other. And then she starts working or like volunteering at the vet, so they spend a lot of time together, and then they grow fond of each other. I love this book, and I hope if you have not read it, please. And the last category is disliking the hero. Because let me tell you, when I started reading You Deserve Each Other, I didn't know what Nicholas was thinking, you see, because you don't get his POV, and you're not going to get it, and I fully expected to get it because I'm rather used to getting 2 points of view in romances, and I kind of forgot that maybe the author is only going to give you the heroine or the main character's POV, and we got that in You Deserve Each Other. So you have to understand me, because they don't like each other at the beginning. You only know Naomi's thoughts, so you know she doesn't like Nicholas. She isn't in love with him anymore. She wants to break it off. And you don't know Nicholas. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know if he doesn't like her, but everything he says makes you believe that he doesn't like her. He is done like her. He doesn't want anything to do with her anymore, but they don't want to pay the wedding fees. So yeah, they do say a lot of mean stuff. Like, I was hurting inside because Nicholas was throwing words at Naomi that made me hurt for her. Like, I was like, I'm not going to like Nicholas. Like, what is he thinking? Does he really hate her? Like, how are they going to get back to that point where they love each other? Sarah Hogel made me change my mind. I didn't really thought they were going to redeem themselves in my eyes. I didn't really thought that Nicholas was going to be that kind of hero, you know. So yeah, that's the category for me. So another book that also made me like, how am I going to fall in love with this guy? This guy is awful. It's Hold Me by Courtney Milan. And if you've read this book, you know what I mean, because I've seen many of my blogger friends, many of my friends read this book and see their reactions, and they're like, I hate this guy. I'm not going to fall in love with this guy. How can people love this book? How can they say this guy is amazing? Because let me tell you, like, maybe not the first half. I think he apologizes very early on, but at the beginning you start hating Jay. You hate Jay. You don't like the way he thinks. You don't like the way he says stuff, and especially to the heroine Maria. And yeah, but that rapidly changes. But yes, Hold Me by Courtney Milan is wonderful, especially if you like nerdy, geeky romances, because these two are smart. They are geniuses, and I love that. They are amazing apart and together. Like, together they are forced to be reckoned with, okay? They fit together so much. This book has the you got mail trope, which means that they know each other through 2 ways. So they know each other online because they have been talking together online. They have been, I don't know if they have been texting, or they send each other messages, because Maria, the heroine, has a blog, like an apocalyptic blog, and she's rather famous. And Jay comments on her blog, and they start talking, and they like each other through the blog. But then they meet in person, and they hate each other. But they don't know the other one is the other one, you know? Like, they don't know their online personas are their real self, so you get like a love square. I wish there were more books like this. Like, they have the You've Got Mail trope, but there aren't many. So Courtney Milan is amazing. If you have not read her contemporary books, like, she has a lot of historicals, but I think she only has 2 contemporaries, 3 with the novella, which are incredible. They are new adult because they are set in college. Yeah, they're set in college, so I categorize them as new adult. Hold Me is my favorite book of all time. Like, it's a good romance, hate of love, enemies to lovers, You Got Mail. It's wonderful. This is the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will pick up this book, and I'll see you the next time. I hope you have the greatest day ever. Bye.